Hi, everyone.
Hi, people. We have a special guest today.
Very special.
Vegas legend, non-binary lesbian who loves to gab, Cayla.
Hi.
Yes.
Oh,
Hello.
and we have Reagan back there to like laugh at our jokes. Do you want me
Yeah.
to do off screen? I will, so that I'm in the middle.
Wait, what room are you guys in right
Oh
now,
yeah,
by the
this is
way?
my hotel room right now. It's really big actually. Because we don't have a bathroom in here. The bathroom is like outside and we have a key to it. It's really weird. But we're staying in a hotel for the next 4 weeks. Last
Ooh.
night we did get threatened that they were gonna kick us out because we were being loud. It was like 9:30 p.m. and we were playing music and like having fun. And it's a
On a
Friday.
Friday night.
But
Wow.
apparently people were complaining to the front desk, and so the front desk guy came, and the first time he was nice, the second time he was mean, and the third time he was really mean. I think it was three. Oh, two. The second time he was mean, and he was like, "Your guys, we're gonna kick you out if you don't stop." And I was literally just playing like, "Go tell your boyfriend what I've been doing." That was what I was doing, and we were just having fun and being college
On
students.
Valentine's Day, too.
Yeah.
On Valentine.
Wow. Wow.
But then we went out and the bars were like more fun than Auckland. Wellington is way more fun than Auckland, and no one's
Good.
talking about it.
Did you cast your three roommates out of the room? You said bye. You have to go.
Yeah, I told them I have a Zoom call from 2 to 3:30, and they said, okay.
Oh, wonderful.
We have a rule also, like if we have someone over, that like we'll text each other like an hour ahead of time, like, oh, like I'm gonna
Oh. Have you experienced that yet? Have you had anyone over yet?
no, not yet.
Oh.
Must
But you're
have.
working on it?
Yeah. Yes.
Good. Good.
It's a really nice hotel though. It's like a 18th century building. So the elevator literally has like that like metal gate that you have to like manually close so that you don't like get hit and then you have to like open it. Man, it's just a crazy
Oh,
experience.
hate that. Hate that actually.
It's kind of it's probably one of the more dangerous elevators that I've been in, but no problems yet.
Good. Well, good.
Yeah. And speaking of my
Can we?
attempts speaking of my
Oh,
attempts to have people over, yesterday I was messaging very casually with someone that I met on Grindr, right? We're
mm-hmm.
messaging on Snapchat, and I genuinely have no memory of what we were talking about. It was just like sending a photo of my face, like, "Hey, how are you?" or like, "How was work?" Da da da. And so
Right.
I literally have no memory of the conversation, and that's how unmemorable it was. And then I get a message while I'm at dinner, and it says, hey, that was really rude of you to stop, like to leave the conversation halfway through. That's never a good look. And I said,
What?
this is
Wait.
I didn't say this, but I was just like, this is Snapchat. We met
Yeah.
on Grindr. We are not getting married.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
weird.
know.
Honestly, though, like, I'm team him. Like, good for him
Really?
speaking his shit. He said, why would you stop talking to me? That's how I'm feeling.
Well,
That's how I'm feeling these
I
days.
don't like that he was like, that's not a good look. Like as if
Oh,
I did
okay.
something
That's weird.
wrong.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
judgy.
Snapchat.
Yeah. But here's how I'm feeling. I'm so anti-ghost right now.
I
Okay.
wouldn't ghost him though, but I agree. I agree. If I'm gonna stop talking,
I'm
I tell them why.
Can I? Yeah, thank you, because I've experienced a lot of not that. They just are like, oh, I want to see you again. Let's hang out again. Here's my phone number. Ghost.
Yeah,
And
let
I'm
me
anti
use
that.
my dad.
No, 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 no. Sorry, I had a few mimosas at brunch. Like,
Have you been having any experiences lately, Kayla, positive or negative or otherwise?
it's the day of
Well,
love.
the issue is that sapphic bitches just move too fast, too frequently, like too much of the time. And basically everybody that I know that's in a sapphic relationship that just got into one like recently, like within the last few months, are like U-hauling, like U-haul lesbianing. Like there's
No.
so many people that I know who are like moving in with each other or just like way too serious right out of the gate, like promise rings, like when you've
Wait,
known each other for
what?
3 months. Like
Promise rings, that's a really straight thing.
this is very, but guys, this is low-key very normal in like the lesbian community. Like
Yeah.
sapphics just really move quickly, like with a swiftness. Like it is like genuinely a little scary sometimes because it's just like, are you under a spell? Like I don't know. Sometimes it just seems like some witchcraftery. Like there's just no way that you're this in love this fast, that like you're willing to lay down your life for someone that you've known for like literally 60 days. Like, I don't
60
know.
days. That's a
Yeah,
free
that's
trial.
Yeah.
crazy. That's giving
So
Mormon. Like,
it's insane.
there's a thin line.
There is a very thin
The
line.
lesbian
So when I
trad
came
wife
back,
epidemic.
hmm?
The lesbian trad wife epidemic.
Yes, basically. And so I went to Vegas for basically all of winter break for like 3 weeks straight. I was just whoring myself out the whole
Yes.
time I was. And
That's
then when I
beautiful.
came back in 2025, I was like, fuck it. Like I am completely celibate, single. Like no one can make this hotline bling. Like I'm just very tired of lesbians right now. Like
That's
it's just
beautiful.
exhausting. Like it's
Yeah,
actually exhausting. It like literally saps the life out of you type of exhausting
right.
sometimes. Like it
How how do you feel about the lesbian dating app scene? How is that for you? Because I've had a couple roommates who are working on that journey and it's rough out there. Like it's a lot of not matching.
this is my tea. I never used a dating app until literally December, like right before I went home. Because I was like, I'm only home for 3 weeks. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not trying to get into a lesbian echo chamber of just the people that I've like been to school with.
Right.
I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna find these bitches and I'm gonna find them fast. So I downloaded like all of the dating apps, and I was that like it was literally just for vacation, basically. So I had a very particular goal, like using the app, and I also was not very like I don't know. I people in Vegas, I find in the Sapphic community are just hotter on average than in the Sapphic
Oh,
here. Like that's just
100%.
me. That's just me. I'm probably biased because Vegas culture is just very different, especially like Vegas, like just like the gay scene is just like you see a lot more diversity. Like
Hmm.
in Seattle, I feel like there's just a couple of just like very chill, like fashion like types that you see. And
Hmm.
there's just not nearly as much variety for people to like express themselves, I feel. This is just my truth.
no,
So
I feel like that's valid.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that there's just like two or three archetypes that you kind of just see of like lesbians in Seattle. And this is no shade, no tea. Like
Hmm.
people should be who they are, you know. But yeah, that's just something about Vegas that I always like love when I go back home because you just see so many different types of people, like just way more variety of just like fashion style, just like how people are living their lives. And that also is probably amplified by the fact there's way more drugs, like just way more drugs, just on average in Vegas. But yeah, I don't
People
know.
have they found themselves
Yeah,
quicker.
I
Wait, that part. But speaking of drugs, sorry, side note. Thoughts on the high fashion Addison Rae music video song?
what?
You haven't tapped in yet?
No.
Addison Rae came out with a song called High Fashion, and basically the whole time she's like, I don't want your drugs, I want to get high fashion, not get high.
Oh, period.
She
Which
looked
like
good in the
she
video.
wants drugs as well is kind of
Right, right.
under
The
under
undertones.
it.
Like, I'll do a line of coke while wearing Chanel.
Yeah, she's saying
Baller.
what's more important is being seen.
Ooh.
And I
Like,
kind of
like,
feel that.
like a little bit of dust is high fashion.
Yeah, she had beignets with a lot of powder, let's just say.
This is kind of
Literally.
off topic of Addison Rae, but I saw a snippet of a song from Drake's new album. First of all, I do not listen to that
Bad.
man. He is dead to me. Like goodbye. But I saw a snippet up to his song that was like do a line of Charlie or like got Charlie up
Oh,
your
God.
nose and like X on her tongue, like
I
something
saw
like
that
that.
I
too.
saw that too.
With he
Like
mentioned
what?
Tate McRae as well.
Yeah, it's like What? Like,
The
get
most
away
gimmicky
from that.
motherfucker.
Let the
Like,
pop girlies be pop girlies. Why do we need to bring them into
He's
this?
always bringing in cultures that he's not a part of. Girl, you're a
That
lesbian
part.
too. No, you're not.
no.
Um,
I forgot
Addison
about that
Rae, what does
part.
she have to do with you? Oh, because she's uh 12?
You
Tate
literally
McRae's 12.
a child? Like,
No, Addison Rae is like our age,
Oh,
right?
Addison Rae's older. I thought you said Tate McRae. I was like, Tate McRae is also
Oh,
our age, I think.
yeah, they're both like our age.
wait, Tate, I think Tate is 21. I think that she is our age.
Oh,
And
she
like,
Yeah, I
is?
think so too. I think she's 21.
That's why he's talking about her.
Ooh, well, he has a
On
track
the
record.
topic of being back at home for winter break, sometimes a time constraint is the most powerful thing to make things happen. Because you say, I
Really?
only have 3 weeks. I'm in
hmm
the most plentiful place in the world, and I have no excuse. I have no work, no job, no school, no friend.
That's beautiful.
No, I have friends. I don't want to be at home. I don't want to
Do
be with my
you?
family. I want to get turned.
Do
And
you
hmm
have
I did.
friends?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have many friends. I have probably more friends than you, actually.
Oh, right,
You ever
right.
been in middle school where like people would like write lists of like who their friends are?
Do you remember, do you remember in middle school when people would put like the names of their friends in their Instagram bio and they would put
Yes,
like a
exactly that.
specific
With a different
emojis?
emoji.
Yes.
I
Yes.
That
do
was
Yes.
the last
Like Ryan, soccer ball.
that was the
that.
last time that teenagers had culture, like shared culture. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with like Gen Alpha and like whatever the fuck is going on with them in school, especially. But like,
They're
I
too worried about being cool. Like they're like, I need to look good. I need to make my TikTok lip syncs. I need likes on that shit. And that's where they're going wrong. It's like
But
you gotta embrace being
though,
12.
we did the same shit with Musically
But
though.
we weren't cool though. Like they're actually like they know how to stunt. They know how to put on a skim shirt
Yeah, I
and
get
be
what you're saying.
cool. Like we didn't know that.
They're becoming cooler at a younger age, and that's actually dangerous.
Right. We were our Adidas superstars and we had a dream. Like they don't do that
We had
anymore.
our
You know?
Fila what is that called? The ugly
Don't
ass
even know.
Filas. Did you have those?
no.
No, neither did I.
Reagan would never.
I said I'm a boy.
I'm a boy. Wait, I
Um,
never addressed this. It's Valentine's Day, by the way. That's
yeah,
why we're
if
we're
that wasn't
pink,
clear.
we're
Oh,
red, we're hearts.
Wait, we all actually like did our own thing. Like we all have our
Yeah.
little theme going on. You were
mhm.
doing kind of a business casual.
Stop
Um,
saying that. It's like grandma core. I walked
Something about
down.
that corduroy shirt just looks like you're about to work at like a reception
I
desk.
I walked
It made
down.
me a librarian a
Yes,
little.
Well, that's okay. No, because tell me why I walked down and Sarah said that's the gayest thing you've ever worn.
it
And I
is.
was like, well,
Well, it's
Period.
Valentine's Day, so
I'm going on a date with a woman.
wait, no, you're not. Are
No,
you?
no, Sarah and I went on a date. A date.
Oh, cute, cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, Jenna.
Someday.
No.
I was gonna say, speaking of middle school, like culture and like friend lists, I literally found my middle school memory box the other day while I was home. And I found this list that one of like my ex middle school best friends made, where it was like a list of everyone that she hated ranked from like number one to like number like 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
And at the top of the list was our third best friend in like our trio. Like she put her at
That's
number
That's
tea.
one.
like 10, 15 type.
Wait, that's so tea. Can I tell you all something horrible that I did in middle school?
Mhm.
Because I have a journal and I've had it. It's the same one I still have to this day, but I've had it since I was 12. And I used to write things like horrific about my friends because I needed to vent, right? Um, and this is horrible, but one time my best friend was like, "Oh, are you writing your journal?" And I was like, "Yeah, do you want to hear it?" And so I read it aloud to her and it was about her, but I changed her name to another girl that we didn't like.
What did you say?
You got it off your chest. That's crazy.
It was like, oh, I hate this girl. She's so annoying. And it was about her. And I read it to her face and changed the name. Guys, I want to say I was 12. Okay, I was going through a
You
lot.
were messy. You were House of Villains.
Ooh.
No, that's actually probably one of the worst things I've
You're
done in
the
my life. But
traitor.
I've grown. I've grown and I've learned that it's not a good thing to do. And then no, the worst part was afterwards she was like, "Wait, was that about me?" And I was like, "No,
How did she know?
Oh my God.
I don't
Well,
know."
I bet that some of the situations were specific enough where she was like, wait, was that not us? Like,
Pepper.
was
Yeah,
I not
probably.
the other character?
I
You're
don't know
like,
why I did that. To this
I
day, it
was,
haunts me. But
you're like, when we
what?
were riding in this person's mom's white Mercedes, this one girl who has brown curly hair was being really mean and talking about people. And then she's like, well, was that
Yeah,
me?
yeah. No, but she got her revenge on me, so it's okay at the end of the day.
What was her revenge?
She ended up dating the guy I liked.
Ooh, yeah. She got
Yeah, that
That's
part.
messed up.
That part.
I know you
So
wrote
we're
about
we're
that in your
even.
journal.
I did. Well, yes, I did.
But speaking of Instagram bios though, you guys know like on Instagram, you can go through like in settings, there's like an archive of all of your past bios and like I think like usernames and like the little names that you can put like under the username and you can read all of that from the very beginning of your account. So like I went on that and I literally used to do the thing where it was like name all your friends with a different emoji. And I would look at it and be like, oh, like I forgot I was
Yeah.
even
Wait,
friends with
because I just realized that Instagram has all of those analytics now.
yes.
And I was using, like, you can also see, like, the month and year that you started following someone and what year
Mhm.
they started following you. And there was this girl that I was like trying to decipher. Like, you know, when people start liking your stories and it's like photos of you, and then all of a sudden they're like liking your highlights, and you're like, okay, is this like you're trying to slide or are you just
If
being
Hmm.
like a
someone's
weirdo?
liking your highlights,
Yeah,
they
that's also
want
crazy
That shit's
behavior.
crazy.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit's crazy. So I was like trying to figure out if I had met this girl like somewhere. And yeah, I like looked at our history and I think that I could literally decipher where I probably like the event that I probably met her at. But
Mm,
I also don't understand like I don't know. I find it kind of weird when people do that shit. Like when they go and they'll like your highlights or they'll just like start cryptically liking your stories instead of just DMing you. Like, girl,
Yeah.
just send me like it's just not that hard. Like I don't
Yeah.
yeah,
but
I
I
completely agree.
we are cold emailing people
Mhm,
2025. Cold DMing, cold texting,
Or
calling
mhm,
them.
can
No.
I say another part to that is if you don't want someone and like say originally you started either following them, talking to them in a romantic interest way, and then you're like, "Oh, I don't want you," and then you continue to follow them on Instagram, like unfollow them. Okay? That's how I'm feeling. Because like I'm in the boat where it's like unfollow me if you don't want to see me anymore. Because I still want you, so I'm not gonna unfollow you. But like now I'm fishing. I'm fishing for a like. I'm fishing for your attention, and it's just embarrassing for everyone involved.
It's
You
yeah,
know?
like when they
Yeah.
don't unhook
When they
the
don't reciprocate.
don't
Yeah.
unhook.
Yeah.
Mhm,
It's like unfollow, please.
mhm.
I also think in 2025, the lowest of the low, like common courtesy, if you don't like someone, or like if you went on a date with them and you don't want to see them again, is you literally all you have to say is like, I had a great time, but I just decided I'm not interested. That's literally
I
the, you
like that.
don't need to say why. You don't need to say I'm so sorry. You don't need to say, um, I hope this isn't no, because the alternative that most people are doing is just not messaging you ever again.
Ghosting. And
And
then
then you
that's
just
the
yeah,
part that hurts
but not
more.
the best way. I think you're the worst person.
What did Reagan say?
So that's the best way.
To
Ghosting.
ghost?
Those
No.
people? What?
I, as someone who's recently been ghosted, and I will keep talking about it, I would have much rather him have said, "Hey, I don't want to see you again," than me being like, "Well, maybe he still wants me." Like, I
Yeah,
don't
because
know. Like, it's been a week, but maybe he wants me bad. Girl, he doesn't want you.
I
Like,
I feel like there's a certain like time and place that you ghost. Like if someone's
Yes.
been majorly weird, if they are just like problematic, if they said some like deal breaker shit, then it's like, okay, they don't deserve like
Right.
further
Oh,
communication.
yeah.
But if it's like someone who you just don't vibe with and like didn't have anything heinous that like happened to end the connection or whatever, like I don't know. It's just like why would you not just give them some peace of mind, you know, because
Yeah.
like disturbing their sense of peace. And it's like you don't like go someone knowing that you're not disturbing their sense of peace if you know that they're still into you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
I feel I cannot ghost people. Like the only people that I've ghosted have been like people that have deserved
Yeah.
to like
Yes. I 1000% agree. Time and
Especially
place.
if they should get the memo based on your like in-person behavior that you are not interested. Then you don't
Right.
need to say it over text. But if
Right.
you like after the date like ask for their phone number and you're like, I'll text you tomorrow, and then you don't ever text them again after you ask for their phone number, now you have put them in
Right.
a shitty position.
I 1000% agree.
Mhm.
Or they ask for, or they give you your phone number and then they say, text me. I want to
They
see you
give you
again.
your phone
I want
number.
to show you around Seattle. And
Wait,
then
they
you
give
text
you
them and then
their
they
phone number.
ghost you. It's okay. It's okay.
Was this a was this a unique?
This was just a recent escapade I went on, and then he ghosted me, but it's okay. It's actually no big deal. I don't even want him anymore. So,
It is kind of off topic, but what are y'all's thoughts on dating coworkers? Because this is very contentious from what I can tell.
I don't,
We don't have any experience with
yeah,
that.
we don't have experience with that. Like, I've had crushes on my coworkers for sure.
Like we're not the people to ask, but
Yeah.
I think it can be the most beautiful thing ever.
I feel
Yeah.
like if you were okay, so let's say like even if you have not had coworker like relationships, let's just say like you were at a job, there was someone that you like were into, would you date them?
Oh
Or like
yeah,
would you be
I would
considered?
do it, but I'm messy. Like I do a lot of
Mm.
things.
Same, same. I don't have good judgment, so
Yeah.
I would do it too.
Deal.
Like, I would know in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, this is probably gonna end bad, but in the moment, if it feels good, it feels good, you know?
Yeah,
Period.
it's exactly that. I'm gonna follow my desires every
Mhm.
time.
Hmm.
To me, I feel like people that are like into their coworkers, but they specifically don't want to like date or like even just hit them up like outside of work because of being coworkers. I feel like that's just some weenie shit. Like, hello, like where else are you going to find people that you
Literally.
like get to know in like
Yeah.
intimate capacity? Not like intimate as in like physically, just like, you know, getting to know somebody. And also like if you vibe with who they are as a person, it's just like why would you rule it out? I don't know. I just don't really get the whole like don't like eat. What is the saying? It's like don't
Don't
like
eat where
or you
you.
shit or like something like
Yeah,
that.
it's a
Mm.
weird ass saying, but
It's
yeah.
something like that. And I'm just like that's just I feel like especially as a college student, that's just so unserious because nobody is gonna be working like where they are working for like decades long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not your
It's
career.
also like, have people been on dating apps recently? Like, that's a shit show in it of itself. Like, where else are we supposed to meet people? You
Yeah.
know?
Meeting people at work, I think, is one of the most ideal ways to meet, and just like anyone, like, because you see them in a like very, you can like see them as little or as much as you want. Like, if you work in the same department or if you like only see them at lunchtime, like, it's just like you see them a little bit every day. And I think seeing someone a little bit every day is the best way to like get to know them in a very natural way, as opposed to this crazy shit that we do called going on dates
Mm,
where
never.
you meet up with someone who you've never met in your life and you spend 2 hours with them consecutively one on one. Hello.
That's too much. That's a lot for a lot of people, including me.
That's a lot for a lot of people, including me.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. That's just like that's why I have never used dating apps before I was on like my 3 week long ex
Mm.
escapade. Like I just cannot fathom. Like you walk around, especially on a campus as big as UW, with as many like of the most attractive women you've ever seen in your life, it's like, why would you not just talk to them in person? Like, I know that this is an unpopular philosophy, especially in Seattle, but it's just like, why would you just not talk to people like when you see them in person? Because when I briefly like, so when I came back, I still had her on my phone before I had like deleted it. And so I kind of caught wind of some of like the Seattle bitches on the app.
Hmm.
And I swear to God, like 90% of the people that I saw, like, were just people that I have seen on campus or that I like just know, like in the gay community. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's like, why are we not just talking to each other in person? Like, it just makes it so much less awkward and so much less just like weird and just like I don't know, getting a snapshot of someone through like a profile that you're purposefully curating to like peacock is just like the worst way I feel you can get exposed to someone because it's just very not who they actually are most of the time.
Yeah. I think that's fair. It's like, what were people doing before dating apps? Like they were talking to each
They
other.
were just they were meeting in person and they were hunching immediately, like instead of going on like
Need
Grindr
that.
or Hinge. Like you could have just skipped all of that, you know what I mean?
I feel like we need to bring back, and I'm not saying that I have ever done this, but we need to bring back pickup culture.
I agree.
Because especially at a campus as large with as many people as ours, you could walk past someone who you will never see again in your entire life.
Yeah.
They could be the most attractive person that you've ever seen. And that could be like, I sometimes I'm tempted to be like what I don't know what the appropriate thing to do is, but there was a world, a world that we didn't live in where people would walk up and say, "Hey, can I get your number?"
Mhm.
I want to live in that
Weird
world.
numbers. It was a world where people would literally just walk up and be like, "Hey, like you trying to slide?" Like
Yes.
that's what it used to be.
And like
Like,
Like
I'm
I
scared
need
of doing
that.
that. I'm scared of doing that too, but
Right.
something's gotta give.
Because I think there's the people who will do that and the people who will receive, and I'll be the one who receives every time. Oh, sorry.
what? Wait, so both of you are part of the camp that's like, I want people to like come up to me.
No, I have the courage to go up to
No,
people.
I would never. Never.
No, I haven't really, but I would. I've done it. I've
But
talked to people before in public, like at house shows. I've talked to people at bars.
oh, I guess I have. Like I've gone up to people at bars and stuff like that.
I
I
talked
will always like I will try. Like if I have a drink in me, sure. Hi,
in,
I'm touching arms. I'm doing a little bit of this.
in
Hey,
Like
I
we
Vancouver.
both of you have seen it, okay?
Yeah, you're
Um
so physical.
that was my first exposure to you. But you were
I'll
One,
I'll follow someone home if that's what it takes, you
yeah,
know.
one time at a bar, Jenna and I were. It was just us two. It was
Was
for.
it
It was just us two, I
your
believe.
birthday?
And Jenna asked me to push her into someone. And so I pushed her and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What's your
It
name?"
worked. And it worked.
It worked, yeah. And
oh,
one thing I would say, one time when I was in Vancouver, BC, we were at a gay club and I was having a hard time finding anyone attractive. And there was someone who worked there and was like the person who like picks up the like glasses from each table, like cleaning shit. And I literally would follow him around and just like I basically just bothered him all night because I thought he was cute. And he would like flirt with me back, but like at the end of the day, like he did not want me.
Well, he was at his job,
At one point,
Christian.
he asked me to hold a bucket for him and follow him to the back room. I was like, "Can I help you?" And like, "Can I help you with your work?" And he gave me a plastic 1 gallon bucket and had me walk with him to the back room.
you offered to do free labor for this man.
I don't know what I was doing,
And
girl.
you didn't get anything out of it, not even a kiss.
You
No,
didn't even get some
he
like
wasn't even that
Wow.
cute.
that's
Christian, you've done way worse, I feel though.
painful.
What else have I done?
I don't know, but I feel like you have.
Not like oh, so Reagan insists on me talking about that last night when we were at a bar. A random woman like Reagan says she really flirted with me, but she literally just walked by my shoulder and just was like, and then I never saw her again. But Reagan is really stuck on that moment.
Why do women want you bad, Christian?
She stared so, she was like walking off of the dance floor and she grabs Christian's arm and like stares into his eyes.
And then
Christian, why
walks
didn't you do
away.
anything about it?
She walked away. I didn't see her at all. I didn't even know what she really looked like. Also, we have less than a minute, so we have to have a short break.
Okay, I will, let's end it and I'll send a new link.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
And we're back. Now, if we had advertisers, that would be where we would put an advertising break. But we
One
don't.
day, although I did look at our Spotify analytics, we've had one streamer in the past 30 days.
Yeah. Oh, wait, one? Oh, bitch. We need to
Feeling
get
really good.
we need to do clips. We were kind of at one point our YouTube video organically got 60 views, 70,
Yeah.
but that was
Yeah.
the most we've ever had. So
Well, we'll keep going. We'll keep working for sure.
we gotta do
Okay,
YouTube short.
should oh, what were we talking about last, or should we just go on to some of our topics we have?
Oh yeah, let's just move. I guess like just start with something.
Okay.
A jumping off point, if you will.
Okay, these are the ideas that you sent, Kayla. The Weeknd's new album, Sims 4, Katy Perry, Disney Kid Disease, and is the boy band era
I
really
want
over?
to see, I want to know what Disney kid disease
Me
means.
too. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that.
Watch your disease.
So you know how like all of the like Disney superstars from like the thousands, early tens era, all of them are just there's just something wrong with them. Like Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, the
The
Jonas
lupus?
Brothers. Huh?
The lupus?
No, 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 not the lupus.
You said
But like, can
disease.
she? No, no, no. I mean,
Wait, that rare
like
disease?
there's something else going on that's wrong other than the lupus.
Mentally,
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Like
Like,
there's just something
drug and
wrong.
alcohol
can
addiction.
I say something? I saw a video. Benny Blanco filled up her bathtub full of queso cheese.
Wait,
Thoughts?
wait.
What?
That's the freakiest, most dumbass shit I've ever
Wait,
heard.
who
How did you
is
clean that?
that?
Betty Blanco, her fiance, Selena
The
Gomez's.
producer, songwriter.
Yeah. Where have you been?
Wait,
Like,
I just saw a photo of them today from that photo shoot that they did where she like it just does not look good in my humble opinion. Like
no.
Yes, she mogged him bad.
she mocked him
Yeah.
out bad. Like
He, yeah.
he looked like he had just woken up like for the first
He
time
always
ever. Like
he looks like
like
an Ice Age character.
he
Yeah,
He
does.
looks
Like
like, yeah, no, it's bad.
looks like the saber-toothed tiger
He
on the
looks
back
like
of the
people before we've evolved. Like he looks like an an
but
Neanderthal.
also a contentious other person that is part of the Disney kid disease demographic. It's wait, what?
Oh, bitch. You're saying he looks
Sorry.
like a Homo sapien?
Like a
Or wait,
Neanderthal.
we're Homo sapiens.
Oh,
I
Neanderthal.
said he looks like someone, he looks like
Like,
people before we evolved.
No, no,
Like,
I
oh,
heard
like a
you. I
different
knew
human
what you said.
species.
Oh, bitch.
Like a different human species. Like for
no, like his ancestors just forgot to evolve.
Wait,
They forgot to do that part.
oh,
it
bitch.
is crazy to think about the fact that there were like as many as like I think that it's like as many as 40 different human species on the
Mhm.
planet. Like
Wow.
way, 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 like in prehistoric
Now
times.
we're all just
Like,
one.
Now we're one.
Same
yes,
color.
there's theories as to how that happened, but I just like I'm shocked that we're only down to one. You know what I mean? Like it's just like crazy. Like why?
This is
Like
And
what
yet we still have to pee. Can we talk about that part? Like,
yeah,
why haven't we evolved past that yet?
that we have
So,
to
literally
pee.
yeah,
Where
I'm
do you
over
want it to
peeing.
go?
I just don't want to have to do it.
Every animal pees.
Right, and I think we can move past it.
No, it's literally where would it go? Through your skin? Like where do
I
you
don't
want it to
care. I don't care. I feel like I've spent so
like
much of my life on the
go? Like
toilet. I
you can
don't care.
install a catheter, but I don't think you're gonna like that.
No, because then I would have to clean it. Like that's too much work for me.
you don't like being like in the bathroom? Like
No.
I
really?
I
love
want it.
peeing.
I like to get it done.
I like having a break. It's like having a smoke break, you know? It's like you do
No.
deep breaths, you have some time alone, you process what's going on, you look in the
I
mirror, and
guess
wash your hands.
that's not the part I have the problem with. The part is where I feel like I have to pee for 5 hours because I hold it.
Yeah, so that's once again whose fault?
That's
Personal,
where the issue lies.
personal. It's my fault.
your
I
fault.
feel
That
like
part.
peeing can sometimes be very freeing. Like if like when you come home at the end of the day, you have like all of this pent up like
Me.
feelings from the day, and then you just piss it out. Like you just take a piss.
That is
Like
beautiful.
there's something about it
It's
that
something
is
about expelling.
exactly
The
because
toxins.
peeing peeing and pooping are like expelling waste. Like that's like
Hmm.
expelling waste from the body. And when you have all of those terrible like vibes from the day, it's like it all just goes out in one fell swoop, like
That's
spiritually and physically.
Spiritually.
that's a beautiful way to look at it. Like
And
next
then
time I need to appreciate. When I'm
and
on the
that's
toilet,
kind
I'll
of
appreciate.
sometimes and like in a much sicker and more twisted way. The feeling after you vomit, that endorphin rush, it's kind of like I've been reborn. Even though
Yeah,
vomiting, as we've documented numerous times, is the
it's
worst
the worst thing,
experience in
the
the
worst
world.
experience. It's
Yeah.
But the
Kayla, we
feeling
decided it's worse
after,
than losing a loved one.
Or
um, no, not actually.
oh,
Uh, you're
I
like,
was like, how
well,
serious are we being?
no. But there's
Can
something
I
about the
wait?
feeling after,
Yeah.
especially if you're doing it outside, as we love
Uh,
to do.
that's our
Vomiting
favorite.
outside?
Fresh
Yes.
air, think
Yes.
about it.
It's something so
Touch some
beautiful. It
plants.
is
I hate
life-changing.
vomiting. Like
Oh,
I
me.
Well,
really
me
do.
too. But if I have to do it, it's gonna be outside.
It makes you feel better if you're nauseous, but like
Yes.
I don't know. I hate vomiting, but I might say that there have been some people that I've known who've lost their lives that I would rather never vomit again.
I full-heartedly
Like,
agree. It's just
no, like I will say that. I will say that.
I can't fault you for that. If I could say a name and never have to vomit again, I would say so many names.
Sacrifice.
right,
Like
right. I agree.
first
I would
person being put on that slab of metal or like that slab of rock. Like
Why are they on a slab?
I, I like that though. I like that.
like sacrificial rituals. Like
That's beautiful.
Wait, we're doing a ritual now? I thought this
No,
was like
I
a cosmic, like, oh, they're gone.
you're gonna
Boom.
like convince the universe to give you the ability to never vomit if you're not
You have to
like
convince.
hmm
exactly like you have to convince them. Like you have to say
Mhm.
like this person,
They're not
right?
gonna give it up easy.
mm.
Exactly. It's
You
The
like
have to do
universe
one
doesn't
for
give.
another, you
isn't
know?
there a story in the Bible where it's like this guy is like, or where God is like, kill your son to that
Yes,
guy?
Cain and Abel.
Yes, and he's like about to do it, and God was just like, psych. Like,
Yeah.
just the fact you were
It
willing
was a
to and
test.
prove devotion.
Isn't that from like
Yeah.
Hereditary or
Sacrifice.
something?
I don't know, but it's like one of the first stories in the Bible, so it starts off with a bang and then it only goes up from there.
Such a dark book.
Yeah, book. Exactly.
Book.
Um,
I want to line up all the people who've actually read the Bible, like start to finish.
I would love to get every person in the world who like
Hmm.
can recite the Bible like front to back all in the same room.
Yes. And I want to see
Like
what they have to say because I need to know.
that's just got to be the craziest collection of people like ever. Like to just put them all in one room. Yeah, to like discuss,
just to
to
see,
think,
yeah, like to watch it, like just see what happens.
or even just to see like if you could host a competition of like who can recite all of the Bible the fastest.
Now
Because
it's,
they
Hmm.
would have to do it like out of devotion to God.
now
Yeah.
it's
Well,
Squid Game.
yes. If you want to make it to heaven, you have to know the Bible back to front.
Right.
That's the only way to make it in. And
Y
you can't be gay and you can't wear mixed textiles.
W.
And you can't drink beer.
What?
Yeah.
Bible, you can't drink beer?
You can't drink beer.
Oh, bitch.
I
Wow.
think. I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Something I want to talk about is the weak hand dryer epidemic.
Okay, let us
Because
know. Well,
this,
wait, can I say something first? I
you,
fucking hate hand dryers.
well, of course. I mean, that kind of is the underlying thesis, right? It's like they're
Right.
already bad enough, right? They're laborious. You have to have patience. You have to
Mhm.
kind of hear that god awful noise. You might be getting poop on your hands from the air because there's poop in the air and no one's talking about it. So, but my issue is specifically the ones, it's usually white. It's usually white or like metallic. It
They
has no
look
brand
old.
name. They don't want you to know the brand. They
Right,
don't,
it's not Dyson.
yeah, it's not going to be Dyson.
Hmm.
And then it's sometimes it has a little box where you're just supposed to kind of curl your hands into. And suddenly it's going, it's kind of like when a baby tries to take a deep breath. That's kind of what it is. It's kind of when someone is trying to catch their breath after getting CPR and they're just going, and it's kind of nothing is happening. There's no evaporation. No water droplets are getting flung off your hand. Nothing. And so of course, what do you do? And you walk out. You wipe it on your shirt and you walk out. And guess what? I don't like that.
I would say probably most people don't.
Because that gets rid of the whole point. The whole point is that we're being sanitary. So suddenly now, since you refuse to give me paper towels, especially in this
Right.
country, New Zealand, I suddenly have to use my shirt. And I don't like that.
Can I say something? I'm all for being environmentally conscious and saving the planet, but there's a few things that I don't want to skimp on, and paper towel is one of them. Like, maybe I'm horrible, but like that and
No.
plastic straws, you
Well,
know?
because what about thinking about actually like what is a paper towel? Oh, why can't they just give us towels and then wash the towels after?
That part.
This is the thing. I feel like the cleanest that you ever feel, like when you wash your hands, is when you wash your hands at home. Like when you can use your own bathroom, use a towel that you know is clean, that you've like
Towel.
washed.
Yes.
It's just like I feel like it's just very hard to have like like a reusable or like rewashable towel system
Mm.
in like a very large society in like
Yeah, I don't think I would use that.
but here's what I would like to propagandize if I could.
Mhm.
Propose.
I think yes. I think that a lot of the issue could just be resolved if people, hear me out, carried their own towels, like their own hand towels. Because like you're not washing your hands. Like if you can time out in the day, you're not going to the bathroom so many times unless you have some special circumstances. But you're not going to the bathroom so many times during the day where like it would get nasty like by the end of the day if you used it like two or three times while you're out. And
I've never heard this idea, but I'm kind of into it.
because it's like, why would you? I agree with you. I don't trust like the hand drying machines because one, they just look disgusting. Like, all it takes is one nasty ass person to like fiddle with the part where the air comes out, and that's it. And it's like, it's over for everyone. And like, if there's no paper towels, then you're using your own shirt anyways, and your shirt has touched all of the world as you've been outside.
Can
So it's
I
like,
can I ask you a question
mhm.
on to that note? Thoughts on outside clothes in your bed?
No.
Thank
No.
you. Thank you because I full-heartedly agree and no one gets it. No one gets it.
I think unless it's something super small, like if I go outside, for example, and go to the parking garage to like get something from my car that I like forgot,
Hmm.
then it's like, okay, whatever. Like that's fine. But if it's like if you are outside for like a long amount of time and you come back inside, why would you bring that into your bed? Like
Hmm.
your place of slumber. Like
I
I personally could not.
I think you guys are absolutely right. I would never like argue that like outside clothes should be worn in your bed. I just am not dis
Don't care.
I just don't care.
Yeah, I know. I know all about that.
I
I
feel
think
like it's
my
real.
question also about the towel, the portable towel is the only thing is where like after you use your towel that you brought, it's wet. Do you put it in your bag? Because then your bag is gonna get like mildew.
But
How wet do you make your hands?
exactly.
Like
This is
wet
the thing. I think people are too used to like having like not just like wringing their hands out a little bit anymore. And I feel like this is a byproduct of just like having a hustle society in a capitalist world. It's just like everybody is constantly rushing. Like I will every time that I like go to dry my hands, like I'll wring them off a little, because it's just like why would you want to get a piece of paper towel and then just have to get another one if your hands are sopping wet? So I feel like if we could regulate like the level of wetness that our hands have, it's like it wouldn't be that terrible. It's just
Hmm.
like you would just need a little wipe of
You
the
should
towel.
just have like a little sign that says like get the drips off
Shake.
your hand before you dry
Yeah.
them.
Do a
Exactly.
little like what do you think dogs do? They do a little
Yeah, they do
shake.
a little shake.
Do
And
a
then
little
they let
shake.
the air
Our
take care of the
canine
rest.
ancestors.
Exactly. What do you
Less
think
Exactly.
the Neanderthals did? They did a
Exactly.
little shake. What do you think
How
Benny
did people
Blanco does?
try before towels, before textiles even were in
before
the
textiles. What were they
before
doing?
Exactly.
They
textiles,
were washing it in
period.
the river.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, let's ask Benny
Exactly.
Blanco. He knows all about that.
Like entire societies would just have one bathing spot. Like it was just like the one river, like the one lake. Like everybody was sharing, and then you would shake off together, like
Yes.
the
Yes.
sun
Let's
and
get all the
That's
God
how
Christians
and
in
the
dancing
the
was
air.
room.
creative.
Let's get all the Christians in the room and have them shake off.
The Christian.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
play Shake It Off by Taylor Swift.
They
Ah,
sing it up.
no. I'm sorry. I just cannot do that woman. Like she gives me like a trauma response.
I have no words.
Okay, we can just skip over that topic.
I mean, I just cannot believe that we're in like a Taylor Swift like tolerant world. Like if it was up to me, like she would be taboo in this society.
Same. I agree.
Like it would not. It would be like mentioning like people of other terrible caliber. Like
It
you
would
would
be
not.
like like when people say Macbeth and then they have to like leave
Yes.
turns and
Swifties need to have the same fear that Christians in America have.
wait, what are you
Ooh.
talking about?
I kind of see the
Christians
vision.
Do you
are
not know Christians in America? Not you, not you, but people who are Christian, they think they're like, yeah, they think they're being prosecuted in
oh, they
America. They're like,
persecuted.
oh, persecuted.
Prosecuted is when you're in the court.
You're right. You're right. They think they're being
They're
persecuted.
self-inflicted feelings
Yes,
of
and
persecution.
Swifties need to have that fear. Let's talk about it.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
They
I
should
think I
feel scared to wear that fugly ass Eras Tour shirt.
I'm sorry, the fugly ass bracelets, I just can't because
The
it's one
cardigan.
thing to make like the cute, tasteful, like small to medium size, like song title slash like album title beads, like when
They
they're a
just put
reasonable,
anything.
tasteful size. But the gigantic ones that are just like big as fuck. Like,
Hmm.
wait, I have a bracelet that I made at like a random hub event. Like ones that are like bigger than this size.
And
Like
they're
this,
wearing 25 of them, including
and
Yeah.
it's
people's
like
hands.
from elbow to wrist. It's like, what are we
Is
doing
this a
here?
cast?
But you guys,
Exactly.
they do that at raves. Like they have candy at raves.
Yeah.
But that's different because
Okay.
they're still tasteful. They
And they're
taste
on
nice.
Yeah.
drugs. So it makes
Right.
sense. Eras
Mhm.
Tour is
Right.
completely dead
They're
sober.
sober. They're sober.
They're
Or
sober
yeah.
and
And they're crying their eyes out.
Right.
They're,
screaming,
oh, and yeah, Jenna, where were
worshiping.
you on February 18th?
I did, in fact, I did go to the Eras tour twice.
You
I did,
know,
in fact. But I
I
will
just feel
say,
like
I do like, no, I want to stand up for myself. I like Taylor Swift, but I like her like a normal amount. Like I like her like any other artist. I'm not like foaming at the mouth for her like a lot of Swifties are. Like I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
My thing with these bracelets is at some point they run out of ideas, right? And
Hmm.
so they run out of good song titles to write, they write out of good lyrics, and then suddenly they're writing like the most random thing. Like they're making a bracelet with Taylor Swift's father's middle name on it. They're making a
Yeah.
bracelet that says Lutheran
The
Church
name of
of
her
Kentucky.
cat.
Yeah, it's the name of her cats. Travis Kelce married Taylor Swift on this
Yeah.
day.
They're
Like
making
things like that.
bracelets that say the score of the fucking Chiefs game
Chiefs
the
game.
night that Taylor Swift was born. Like they're doing anything but doing normal bracelets.
No,
And
I
they're
agree. I
the
agree.
ugliest color combinations, bitch.
I
They're
was just
doing,
gonna say too.
oh, bitch, green and purple. They're doing yellow and blue. They're doing purple and magenta with some sort of weird opal. Oh, they somehow
Oh no!
pull
Okay,
out
I'm back.
pull out your bracelets.
Stop. I just feel like I can't participate in this
No,
conversation.
we can move on. I feel like we've said what
We've
so
said
many
our
others have said. All of our ancestors before us. They've been having this conversation
For
for
decades.
but since
Yeah.
before time immemorium.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, can we talk about the Weeknd's new album? Because
please, please wait, hold on. Melody has gotta take a seat.
that's my
Okay.
shit right there.
Okay. I genuinely will stand on this from January 31st when it dropped until December 31st that it is and will continue to be the best album dropped in this year,
Okay.
potentially in this decade. It is
Oh, bitch.
Abel's
Okay.
best album. I will stand on this
Best
shit.
album?
His best album in his discography. And I will say that I think like in like objective terms, like if you're looking at his whole discography, the skills he's like shown off, like the different sounds that he's experimented with, like I think that he's giving us all the goods
Hmm.
in Hurry Up Tomorrow. Like it all culminates in Hurry Up Tomorrow. And especially because he is one of the very few artists right now, like in our generation, that still has storylines like for their personas. Because so many artists don't like Charlie XCX is not Charlie XCX like all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's her persona. Like Lady Gaga, like that's like her persona, like her character as a celebrity. Because you have to like separate those things. Like it's their job. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And his character for The Weeknd is like one of the
Good hunched
most like
over.
artistic storylines of any artist of our generation.
I
And
agree.
Little skeptical.
No, no, Christian, I don't think you understand like the Weeknd's thing.
Why do you look like you just like rolled out from the fucking substance bathroom? You look like you just got born.
that is crazy.
Bye, Reagan. I love you.
Hi, Reagan.
Okay,
Um, I just don't think
wait,
you understand, Christian.
what is the character? This is just a photo of him
No,
crying.
it's the character like the
No.
Weeknd is the
So like
character.
The Weeknd is like a character in itself. Like Abel, like the artist that is The Weeknd. Like he outwardly constantly refers to The Weeknd as like a persona, a character. Like it's not him. Like it's who his musical like identity is.
Okay.
Because he started The Weeknd, it was like an anonymous project. Like he started posting songs and music on SoundCloud and YouTube, and he didn't reveal his identity. Like it was all just under this persona of like this drug addict who just like indulges in every sin possible, and it's like destructive, and the character is like self-aware that it's destructive but like doesn't gaff because like that's why everybody loves his first set of mixtapes, like his first trilogy, which he called Trilogy. It's like
Mhm.
a set of three different mixtapes that is just called Trilogy. And it was like so fundamentally like music like sonically shifting for the entire realm of R&B and like pop. Like I don't know. Anyways, I and it so like this last album is his last album of The Weeknd. Like it's like the finale to The Weeknd storyline.
Hmm.
And I think it was done incredibly well. And like I will say, the album sounds better and you have a better experience if you know all the lore. Like
Yeah.
that's what I feel really like makes it hit the hardest is like it's very obviously an album that he curated for his fans, like for people who've been into the storyline, which is not
Hmm.
everybody, but it's also banger like on a general
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
I
my
think it can be enjoyable for anyone, but I agree where it's like, oh, if you know what's happening, you're like, fuck, this hits. Like this is good.
my question, if this is his last album as The Weeknd, is he going to like next time he releases music, will it be under a different name or
Yeah,
will
it's gonna be
yeah,
under Abel, his
he's
real name.
insinuated. So like the entire storyline of Hurry Up Tomorrow is like basically you know like the three phases or like the three stages of like death. Like it's like hell, purgatory, heaven, or like the route to like heaven or like whatever it is.
Hmm.
So After Hours was hell, Dawn FM was purgatory, and Hurry Up Tomorrow is like, does he make it to heaven? Is basically the
Mhm.
question.
That makes
And so
sense.
the whole album is basically like the Weeknd character struggling as like dying as the Weeknd, but being reborn as Abel. And so basically we can conclude, the scholars have concluded that the next like phase in his musical like release will be under his own name because it's like the like that's also the whole storyline of his movie pretty much is like
Hmm.
how like this event like catapults him or like the character in the movie to like be rebirthed in some way. Like
And guess who's gonna be in the movie, Christian?
I
Barry Keoghan and Jenna Ortega. Mm-hmm.
really.
Yeah, Barry Keoghan. Yeah.
the trailer looks honestly better than I thought because I will be honest, like the idol was just not it. Like, and I think this is a very contentious take. I think that it was bad, but not for the same reasons that everyone else thinks that it's bad. Because I think that like here's my truth. I think that people that will like look at the storyline and say like, oh, this is like misogynistic, like this is exploitative, this is like portraying women in like a very male-centered gaze. It's like that's the point. You know what I mean? It's like if you're recognizing these things and you're having this reaction as the audience, like that was what was intended. Like sometimes I just feel like people don't kind of like get that sometimes like storylines will be or like I don't know, like filmmakers will make films that are meant to make you just like uncomfortable and meant to like show these kinds of concepts in such a brutalist way or just like a very blunt way because like that is like the reaction that you're supposed that is like intended to be have. Like you're not gonna watch The Idol and like think that the character that Lily Rose Depp plays is like living the life or like idolize that in any way. Like it's tragic and it's like
Yeah.
gross and like you feel grossed out the whole time. So I just think the writing was terrible and
Yeah.
like most of the supporting cast and also Abel's acting was not good. Like that's what sucked. But
Yeah.
I don't think
I For
like
that show though, I don't even blame The Weeknd. I blame Sam Levinson because he got
yeah,
his grimy little fingers
we
into it.
don't rock with that man at all. I
No,
will
no, no.
say he fucking sucks. And also these rumors about Euphoria 3 like starting filming, I'm not buying it. Like there's no way that they're in the studio. Like
No, it's been
I
confirmed.
still
It's
think
actually happening. There's like still shots from the next season.
Yeah, I
I
know
still
nothing about that. I know that like half the cast is not coming back, so
Yeah, it's a
exactly. It's
lot of
like
people missing.
I
like what is
just
it going to
saw
be?
earlier today that Rue's mom isn't coming back. And it's
I
like,
know.
what? And so neither is her sister, like
Yeah.
Rue's sister. It's like, so what is the plot line gonna
Right.
be? Like,
Angus Cloud obviously is not going to be in it. Fucking Barbie Fiera is not in it. Like who's even going to be in season 3?
It's gonna be definitely not good.
Good.
I'm gonna watch it. And I'm probably gonna
Same. We'll see.
like
Same. Like I'm
I
going to
had
be sat down
I
for
had complex feelings about the Idol too, because there were parts that I did really like. Like I liked the music, like
the
the
music.
artists that they
yeah,
cast in it, like Moses Sumney, like Troye Sivan being in it, I thought was really cool.
I'm
I liked
just
a
a
lot. I actually liked a lot of the
thespian.
supporting cast. Oh, Hari Neff was in it. Like, there's a lot of cool guest stars. It was just, yeah, it was just the writing and also the ending. Um, it was just really confusing because it was like, oh, this was my plan all along. And I feel like whenever a movie or a show ends with like, this is my plan all along, it just makes me like roll my eyes into the back of my head unless it was like actually done well. Like that's how I felt at the end of Saltburn, where like you're like, it was like, oh,
Ooh.
it was the plan all along.
No,
Like, bitch, no, it was not.
no. I wholeheartedly disagree. Saltburn is one of my favorite movies.
You think the ending
I
was
love
well written?
Yeah,
Saltburn.
I loved the ending. I thought it was great. I had no idea where it was going this whole time because I
Yeah,
was
and
under the
neither did the
impression that
writer.
like no, I was under the impression that like oh he's in love with Jacob Elordi like this and he wants to be with Jacob Elordi. Then bitch, Jacob Elordi's dead. Like that was beautiful to me. You know.
It just didn't gag me like that.
Oh, I was gagged.
Really liked Saltburn, and I also agree that I think I would have liked it less if it was more predictable. But I think that what like elevated the plot so much was the fact that it was like so unpre like you literally did not know
Hmm.
what the fuck was gonna happen because
Yeah.
that's the whole point of what's Barry Keoghan's character's name again? It was like
Was it
it
Oliver?
yeah, Oliver, and then who's the other
Felix.
one's name?
Jacob Elordi or who?
Jacob Elordi's character. It was
I think it was Felix.
yeah, Felix, yes. Like the whole time, I feel like it's obvious that Oliver very much so had the hots for Felix, you know what I mean? But I think the ending just kind of to me, I was like, okay, so he wanted him so damn bad. Like he was so disturbed on a soulful level that they didn't get to hunch and that Felix never was gonna want to hunch. That it was like one of those situations where it's like if I can't have you, no one will. And so like
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I still
And
think
then
there was something going on.
I think there was something going on. And then I thought there was something going well, obviously he played in the whole sister thing. And then I thought at the end that there was something going on between him and the mom. I was like, oh, so he's fucking everyone.
The whole like insinuation that he was fucking the whole family was crazy.
Yeah,
Like
I loved it. I loved it.
the
Loved every part.
sister, okay, this is kind of probably not a part of the plot that I should be focusing on. And I understand the reason why I was included. But I feel like you have got to be in a very specific situation with a very specific person to like give someone period head. And this is a hill I will die on. Like, I'm
There
sorry, you
was.
just don't do that like for
There,
anybody. You know
there
what I
were a
mean?
lot of scenes of just the movie
Right.
where
Like
Yeah, of
he
course.
did fuck a grave.
things that
Of
no one
course.
does were
Of
happening.
course.
Like I don't think he was mentally sane, but honestly, like
No.
he looked good while he was doing it. So
I
my bad.
everything else was like it was so absurd that it was like, okay, he's very obviously got something going on. But it was the fact that like the sister was like super kind of I don't know, like they both were very into it, is what I mean. Like they were out there,
Mm,
outside.
yeah.
Like
He
her
came up
pooch was
bloody.
out and
Didn't
bleeding.
doing anything.
He red.
Like I don't
He
know.
looked like Edward from Twilight.
I love women, okay? Like I really, really do. Like women make my world go round. But I would not get up in someone's period cooch, like for just anyone, you know what I mean? And he
I
was
think that's
ready to
fair.
go up in that after like a week. Like
Hmm.
he had only been there for a very short period of time.
I think
I
they
think
did
that's
that just to
beautiful.
show that he was an absolute freak
Yeah.
who had
And you know
no
what? Let the
comfort.
freaks be freaks.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that one video of that like influencer Quinn Blackwell and how she was cosplaying as Peach and she like scooped up some of her bath water? It really made me think like well it was just as a joke. Like it was
Okay. Okay.
like as a joke of like oh like I could sell my own bath water
Okay.
basically. But the fact I don't know that made me think of Saltburn because it's like he was really slurping up
I
Felix
forgot about that
bath
part.
water.
Wow, he was a freak in that
He
movie.
was freaking
I
out.
think it was
Like
just showing like the depths of obsession with someone who like you think you can never be with.
listen, I
But
can't even hate.
can we, but would you guys, okay, let's say you did that in the bathroom and then you came back to check on your bath water and someone was slurping it up. How would you all feel? Would you be into it? Would you be like, why are you doing this?
I don't know, girl. Also, we have only 3 minutes and 40 seconds, so we have to get our last little things off of our chest that we really need to say. And
Okay. Are we done after this?
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
I'm tapped out. Gone through a
Okay.
lot. We've talked about a lot. I'm going to say my last thing.
Okay. Say
And
your
this
last thing.
is my issue is the taste of Pepto-Bismol. That
Mm.
didn't just happen by accident. This isn't a root. This isn't a powder that comes from some natural plant that they're
It
not.
is
It's
an
really
engineered
a
product.
pus. This is an engineered, no, they were in the
Flavor.
olfactory, machine. They said a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And
Wait,
they,
can I ask?
huh?
Can I ask what is the flavor? I don't think I've ever had
Well,
Pepto-Bismol.
I'm about to describe it.
Okay.
You've never
And
had
they
Pepto-Bismol?
I don't think
they
so.
came out of that machine and they said it's gonna be bright pink. That's what they said first. They said it's gonna be
Okay.
bright pink. It's gonna taste like menthol mixed with baking soda and detergent, and that's supposed to make you feel like your stomach is less upset.
I thought it was supposed to taste like bubble gum.
No,
It
Oh.
looks
it
like it
does not.
should taste like bubble gum, but bitch, it does not.
Looks are
Let
deceiving.
me look up how the internet would describe Pepto-Bismol flavor description.
It
Because,
tastes
Gross.
like if you took like
ooh,
jelly.
bitch.
Oh,
It
They
tastes like
literally
if you took
describe
like
it.
jelly
They
and
say
it
a minty, chalky
yes,
flavor.
yes. I was gonna say it tastes like if you take like jelly, like not like flavored jelly, just like gelatin, and you put like the most plastic tasting mint in it and
no.
gave it like a bit of a chalky texture. Like
It's
it
like
just is
Mentos.
That's horrific.
Okay, next thing. What else we gotta get off our chest, y'all?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I've said my piece.
the one thing that I would especially like to say on this very Valentine's Day is that femmes who decide to have long nails in the sapphic community need more love. Like, I'm just gonna say it, okay? I feel like in my experience, all of like the sapphics that have long nails have to learn skills outside of using your hands and are usually 10 times better at it because of that.
That's beautiful.
So
Really
I
be
just feel there's no reason to be like self-restrictive and be like, oh, I can't have pretty like cunt nails because I have to like be a lesbian. It's like we can have the best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
I can
That's wonderful.
think that's a beautiful.
That's an and that's a beautiful note to end on. That was wonderful. Well, a huge thank you to Cayla for joining us. But yes, anytime. This was so much fun, and it's always awesome to have a guest.
Oh. I feel like both of you are so fun to talk to, and I'm a yapper and I love
Yes.
talking to other yappers. So this is like nothing but pure unadulterated joy for me.
Good, good.
I
I,
enjoyed
I'm glad because I feel like Christian and I are kind of like, oh, what do we talk about this week? So it was nice to like have someone throw in some new
that.
ideas.
You brought a lot, and I feel like we need to get our ideas out there, and we need to make the world change a little bit.
Right, right. And we're gonna get at least 10 views on this. So it's gonna be going
Oh,
crazy.
no.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
Period.
Yeah, yeah.
make it.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I hope that I can at least increase your lesbian viewership by like at least 1%.
Me
Oh,
too.
much more than that.
We have nothing but love for
Much
lesbians.
more.
Yeah. This
Yes.
is a lesbian welcome community. Like,
Wait, really quick, since we have spoken on this before, but we haven't actually spoken on this with someone who is lesbian, what are your thoughts on kind of the haircut where it's like buzz and then like that like kind of swoop? What do you
a
think about
quaff.
it? Are you into that?
Okay, I have
Y'all seen the Queer Ultimatum, or like the Ultimatum, but like the queer version. Are you
Yes.
thinking about like Xavier's haircut?
I think so.
Like the one
We
butch lesbian that's dating
The classic
because
lesbian haircut.
because
I'm confused if this is like a mullet or like if it's like the equivalent of like a mohawk, but like less
Um,
I
like
don't know
kind of
what it
like
is. It's like a
Xavier. Or no,
in
it's
my mind,
Xavier, I think.
I categorize it as
or
a
Xander, not
12-year-old boy who plays soccer haircut. That's how I categorize
Also, you can look up Che Diaz, which is
Che
spelled
Diaz
Che
from
Diaz, and that
Just Like
might give you
That.
an idea.
wait, Che Diaz?
Yeah, from and Just Like That, the Sex and the City spinoff. That's what I categorize it, the Che Diaz haircut. And I just have kind of a standing theory that sometimes when lesbians come out,
Wait, I think
sometimes,
I'm looking at the wrong Che Diaz because this is like a blonde woman.
CHE.
Oh, Shay.
Wait, what did
Yeah.
you look up originally?
I was looking up Shay.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, this shit. Okay.
yes,
Here's the tea. I mean, as someone who I love studs, okay? I like love studs. That's like who I acquaint myself with romantically and sexually.
Weird.
And then like
real.
I also love femmes. As someone who seeks out that, I don't know,
Archetype.
realm lesbian, I personally would probably never hunt somebody with this haircut. Personally. I just
I
feel
agree.
like there's gotta be something stylistically wrong with your sense of fashion.
That's what we
My
Like you
theory,
have this
my
atop
theory
your
is
head.
sometimes when like mask lesbians first come out and they're like, oh, I can fully be like masculine right now. They're like, their first instinct is, oh, let me go get the Shay Diaz haircut. Like that's the epitome. I'm
I
like, girl,
personally feel like we are losing the art of shaved head lesbians and long-haired lesbians, like
do.
yes,
long-haired mask lesbians, like shaved head mask lesbians with like designs, like dyes.
yes.
Where are they?
Where
Where
are they?
are they?
That
Because
part.
I understand the Shay Diaz haircut camp. Like I do, but I just don't think that that is the best way we can use our resources. Like I just think there are better ways to like style your hair atop your head. That's
Fantastic
Yes.
my take.
lesbian.
That's my take.
And I think all of us agree on this panel.
I'm
We
glad.
all
Okay,
agree.
that was really validating because before it was kind of me and Jenna speaking on a community that we're not a part of, and I'm just glad that we were kind of not in the wrong ballpark
Right.
of ideas.
Hmm.
Academia isn't
I
speaking on this, and so the people have to.
yeah.
You're
And
not
we're
going
the
to
people.
find on, whatever Google Scholar. No one's talking about it there.
We're the voice of a generation.
To me, it's kind of the same situation as like a mullet. Like very few people have the right head shape and like just the right aura to make
And
mullets
yet,
work. And like
Right.
make them truly work. Like not just look like, oh, like there's you have a mullet. It's like, oh, like you are you with a mullet. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like where it makes sense.
it
Like you
Right.
look at this person, you're
I
like,
agree.
that's part of your identity. It's not just like, oh, this is your mullet phase. I feel like there's very few people who have a head shape to pull off the Shay Diaz haircut too.
just because you
I
work it doesn't mean you're working it.
Hmm.
and I don't really think there's anyone who can pull off that
So
haircut.
some people, I think, especially, I think it's also a generational thing. I feel like a lot of older,
Hmm.
like women, when they want to get a short hairstyle, they're gonna go for that kind of
Yeah.
undercut pompadour, slick back.
Yeah.
They used some mousse, they used some pomade. That's what they had in their day.
I
But
guess, yeah.
now we have greater technology than that.
Like if a man came at me with that hairstyle too, I would be like,
Oh, yeah, I
what are
just
we
think
doing?
we've grown past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some you would think.
Well, I think this is actually a beautiful stopping point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We've really come to a consensus as a people. I hope that our listeners can really just kind of digest and sit with all the ideas we've put together today.
Yes. Yes. This
And
was
I would like
wonderful.
to encourage people to rate this podcast on Spotify. Right now, we have a unadulterated 5-star record. No one has given it anything less.
Yeah.
On YouTube, we would like to see the numbers go up though.
We want to see likes, we want to see subscribes, we want to see comments, we want to see,
And we want
and
to see,
people who watch past 4 minutes.
and we want to, monsters, you better be jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Show me,
Especially lesbian.
especially our
That
listeners.
part. I want the lesbian community to come out for this episode.
Turn up, and
Turn up.
go out.
Come out.
Show us what you've got through viewing.
Exactly. Exactly.
All
Yes.
right. Well, thank you, Cayla. You have been one of our
Yes.
Thank
greatest,
you for having me.
greater than
This was
Julianne Hough,
fantastic.
At
greater
the end of the
than
episodes, we do a little blow of the kiss. So that's what we'll do to end.
right.
Right, ready, Christian?